Ladies and gentlemen, this co-headline bout features two North American talents gathering worldwide attention for their kickboxing talents, Robert Thomas and Joe Schilling.
Still so young, D.I.
22-year-old Robert White Dragon Thomas of Canada, 7-2 with 5 wins inside the distance, 1-1 in Glory with a knockout victory over Mike Lemaire at Glory 18. Made his debut against Artem Levin, the middleweight division's #1 fighter. And that came at Glory 16 Denver. Lost a decision, went the distance though, and earned a lot of experience and a lot of praise for his guts. And now looking for Glory against a Joe Stitch 'em Up Schilling. It doesn't get any easier for the young Canadian.
And one thing he does well is he seamlessly puts together his combinations between kicks and punches. He's a very relaxed kicker, but he doesn't want to be too relaxed here tonight against Schilling.
No matter the stage, he has proven the ability to end a fight with one big right hand. Here comes Joe Schilling.
All it takes is one shot when I pull that trigger. I need some more bells, I keep getting bigger. Can't stop, crazy. You can't stop, crazy. You can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, crazy. Don't cross the line out.
30-year-old Joe Stitch 'em Up Schilling, 18-6 with 11 wins inside the distance. He is 4-2 under the Glory banner. Representing the Yard, Los Angeles, which is coach Mark Komuro. Comes out in his prison fatigues. That's because the Yard, well, the gym is in a former jail. Looks nice.
Yeah, that's not a nice neighborhood, Boyle Heights, and everybody knows it. Joe Schilling is ultra aggressive, even violent is his style, and he can walk through most opponents' offense and just do damage and wreck them. Throws everything with power. Got great footwork to set up brutal low kicks.
We are set for this middleweight matchup here at Glory 19. And it's time for the Tale of the Tape, brought to you by 5-Hour Energy Shots, now with a new improved taste. Yummy.
Robert Thomas is 9 years younger than Schilling, but Joe has proven time and time again that he's at the very top of his game right now. Schilling's experience will be a big factor because he's fought and beat the best in Marcus, Barrett, and Levin. So Thomas needs to invent some magic and do it quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the Glory middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He was the 2013 Thai Boxing Association of America champion. His young professional record, 7 wins with 2 losses, but 5 of those 7 wins have come by knockout. At 6 feet 2 inches tall, 1.88 meters, he weighed in at 185.5 pounds, 84.1 kilos. He fights tonight out of Canada. Please welcome Robert White Dragon Thomas. His opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a WBC national champion and the 2013 Glory middleweight tournament champion. His record, 18 wins with 6 losses, 11 big knockouts. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.91 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 187 pounds, 84.8 kilos, fighting tonight out of Los Angeles, California, USA. Introducing Joe Stitch 'em Up Schilling. And your referee for this contest is Al Wickers.
Bell, round 1, referee Al Wickers, as the 2 touch gloves, Schilling in the white gloves, Thomas in the black gloves against Schilling with plenty of momentum. Return to MMA for Bellator late last year, recorded the Bellator Knockout of the Year, and there, going for the early knockout with a straight right down the middle on Thomas and all over White Dragon. So Schilling with a come from behind knockout win against Melvin Manhoef, returning to glory now and already looking good early in round one against Robert White Dragon Thomas.
And Schilling, that was a perfectly timed straight right hand earlier.
Schilling, of course, shocked the entire kickboxing world in his debut in Glory at Glory 10, winning the tournament, upsetting Artem Levin in the final. Levin exacted revenge last year.
That uppercut really hurt Robert Thomas.
Schilling trips, but it was Thomas that gets his head popped back again, and it's all stitch him up Schilling as Thomas desperately tries to clinch and slow down Schilling's momentum.
Schilling's after Thomas like he stole something from him. I mean, Thomas has just been eating a lot of big shots, and he's got to get things together because he doesn't want to get mugged here. But Schilling doesn't want to punch himself out because should this go into the second, third rounds, all this big barrage is going to be a lowered gas tank.
Schilling with the edge in experience. 8 years older than the young Canadian who is trying to escape this opening round now, just past the midway point, and there he sweeps Schilling down to the canvas. And remember, with his background, Thomas has a habit of starting slow, coming from that Muay Thai background, but in this instance, Schilling not giving him much of a chance to get started, period.
No, he's doing the right thing. Joe Schilling's game plan to jump in Thomas's face and really bust him up early is a smart one. But Thomas is still there.
Yes, he is. Eats a knee. Uppercut from Schilling. Less than a minute remaining in round one.
Thomas can take a shot. He's taken a bunch of them. Joe Schilling really trying to knock him out here.
Left hand, straight left hand, the southpaw trying to knock Thomas through the ropes. Thomas turning his back over. Al Wickers intervenes.
Good job. Because he wasn't going to call a standing 8 count.
Thomas ducks underneath and delivers a knee to the body of Schilling. There's a straight left through the guard by Schilling. It's been all Joe stitch him up Schilling with 15 seconds left in the first round. Now Thomas walking in, but gets picked off with that left hand.
Joe Schilling with that arcing right hook.
And Schilling told us he was going to be ready for that spinning back fist. Was Thomas ready for that knee? An onslaught by Schilling in that opening round.
Really?
Just touch him, it's easy, huh? He ain't blocking shit, just throw it. You load up, you're gonna lose your balance.
You know, Schilling was hit with a spinning back fist by Artem Levin in the tournament last year. He avoided the effort by Robert Thomas in that first round. He knew it would be coming eventually.
Yeah, the move was really high though, because Thomas was basically getting beat up, and he just threw it out of wild.
Iron Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion, taking a peek at Rico Verhoeven, the Glory heavyweight champion. We'll get his thoughts throughout the main event. Knows a thing or two about knockouts. As we get ready for round two here in this middleweight matchup between Joe Stitch 'em Up Schilling in the white gloves, Robert White Dragon Thomas in the black gloves, and man, he's eating all kinds of leather again to kick off round number two.
The problem Thomas is having here.
Oh, there he is. Nice
good
combination
shot.
by Thomas.
Yeah, he's starting to pull the trigger finally. As I was saying, he's got that old school Muay Thai no head movement style, so his head is right there available to be hit. Sure, you got the stiff arm shields, and the theory is that they're going to block everything that comes your way, but it hasn't worked so far in the first round.
Outside low kick by Schilling. One from Thomas.
And is Schilling tired from the first round?
Right uppercut.
Schilling's
Strong arms him with that jab.
Yeah, Schilling's loading up on everything. And that may be detrimental as this fight goes into the third round.
Loads up with that right hand that was caught. High kick block. Thomas comes in with a knee.
Thomas is stalking Schilling for a change, unlike the first round.
Again, limited clinching allowed in Glory, but you have to immediately initiate the knee strikes. No elbows allowed. Of course, Schilling known for his elbow attacks when he was involved in Muay Thai. Those battles with Simon Marcus, and again, one of the best kickboxing fights of the year last year against Simon Marcus in that last man standing tournament. Oh, right uppercut, just grazed the jaw of Thomas.
Schilling starting to find his range again, but Thomas all of a sudden will throw a volley of punches or a knee or two.
But he gets picked off as Schilling goes headhunting.
Schilling is having a problem with the boxing of Joe Schilling. I mean, Thomas is having a problem with the boxing of Joe Schilling.
Under a minute left in the second round. Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Glory middleweight division. Schilling would love to have the rubber match with Artem Levin for the middleweight championship. Artem Levin in attendance here tonight, now living in San Diego, California. Again, he and Schilling were part of Nick Diaz's camp for his fight with Anderson Silva last weekend in MMA, and Schilling, of course, putting on a striking display here as they clinch. Thomas just trying to nullify the attack of Schilling.
He can't really do anything because he's coming right into all the punches, Thomas. But he did land the straight right hand.
Now coming forward again, gets intercepted by Schilling.
Thomas has got to throw more punches. He's like got this kick first mentality and it's not serving him well.
2 rounds are in the books here at Glory 19.
Open your eye, you fight with him, not open your eye. He's better than him.
Keep running yourself and he's down the lead. Don't crowd that distance.
Over that round?
Yeah, you got to pick this guy apart.
And there he is, Iron Mike Tyson, the punching dynamo. Back around 1987, you didn't want to get into the ring with that guy.
Almost was involved in a kickboxing fight with Bob Sapp at one time.
That's true. I was there at that fight. And Mike Tyson was there sitting next to Ali, where Bob Sapp fought Kimo Leopoldo in Vegas. Much more happy-go-lucky guy these days, though, unlike his other persona earlier in his career.
The third and final round begins here at the Hampton Coliseum in Virginia. Body kick by Thomas, eats a combination through his guard. There's a front kick to the face by Schilling.
I think Thomas is going to go back to the gym and get with a boxing coach and really work on his head movement.
Well, he's been working with boxing coach Billy the Kid Irwin. They told us that they noticed that Schilling drops his left hand a lot. They haven't been able to exploit that here, and he said he was going to start faster. He can be overly calm. That hasn't been the case either. And of course, credit Joe Schilling for that.
You got to give credit to Joe Schilling for pushing the pace. He's the guy that made Thomas fight on the defensive, but Thomas, there he goes with a nice right hand.
And the one thing Joe Schilling, fire with fire, he has left himself open to counter shots in the past. He underestimated Wayne Barrett. He said it cost him in their fight. He avenged that loss in the last man standing tournament last June.
Thomas has got to throw more punches.
Yeah, there has to be a sense of urgency.
He's walking forward, not throwing. He's walking forward thinking about a kick, and he's not throwing his punches. Joe Schilling is thinking, okay, boom. Nice combination by Thomas.
Schilling out of the southpaw stance, has his back along the rope, beats the right hand from Thomas. They clinch.
Come on, work on it, guys.
Midpoint of the round, the final round. This middleweight matchup, high kick blocked. Straight left down the middle by Schilling. There's some head movement by Thomas, comes up with the left hand. Ooh, right hand to the body by the White Dragon.
Problem for Thomas is that he's not throwing in combinations, he's throwing single shots, which...
Spinning back fist by Schilling. Oh, the right hand drops Robert Thomas. A pull cue right that found its target.
Man, Thomas got to got a little bit too wild there. Walking right into that. Schilling had that trap set for him.
Fight!
Schilling's a great finisher, we know that.
Right uppercut, a flurry of punches. Thomas Schilling up along the ropes. Referee Al Wickers watching intently, and now they trade along the ropes. Thomas trying to fight his way out of harm. 30 seconds left in the fight.
Well, look at it, guys. Let's go.
Thomas hanging on.
Distance, right uppercut, jacks the jaw, Thomas.
Brutal.
Come on, need to go down.
Lead, left hand, the right by Schilling. 15 seconds left in the fight.
Thomas is going to slide on a decision, it looks.
Right hand by Thomas, a spinning back fist misses. We are headed to the judges' scorecards, but it's been Joe Schilling's night. And we will get the official decision when Glory 19 rolls on from the Hampton Coliseum in Virginia. So how do you have it, Mr.
Schilling running away with it.
Clean sweep for Stitch 'em Up.
Yeah, he won every round, plus, you know, got the knockdown in the third round. I mean, that's a huge victory for him. Couldn't put him away, but Robert Thomas has got nothing but growth, but like you said, he's got to stop padding his record, right? By fighting guys like Joe Schilling.
Unbelievable. Well, that's experience, and
Yeah.
the old, what is it, the tried and true axiom, the cliche, you learn more from a loss than a victory. Well, it looks like he is on his way to his third career loss, his second loss here in Glory, but again, they've come against the creme de la creme of the middleweight division in the champion, Artem Levin, in the #1 ranked Joe Schilling, if indeed the judges at ringside see it the way we do.
They've got to.
Hey, remember what you're talking about there, Mr.
I know.
Mr. Quadros. We're talking about combat sports adjudication
Adjudication.
across the nation. All right, so for Joe Schilling, he's already booked himself another MMA fight. He'll face Rafael Carvalho in April for Bellator. He wants to stay as active as he can be. He's re-upped, of course, with Glory, a two-sport star. It can be successful, but
no.
it can be dangerous, right?
Personally,
You don't like it?
I don't think that's a good idea, depending on what he wants to do in MMA, because right now, he's going to be struggling if he faces a good jiu-jitsu guy or a good wrestler.
Right, and he has in the past. He's still under 500 as a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, but in kickboxing, he's at the top of the food chain. He beat Artem Levin already. He beat Wayne Barrett in a rematch. And there's a bunch of trilogies in between those two gentlemen.
We have a trilogy coming up in the main event. The third meeting between Rico Verhoeven, the Glory heavyweight champion, and his bitter rival, Errol Zimmerman.
Yeah. Joe Schilling has got to be kind of relieved that this is over with. Probably thinking about, you know, getting into the gym and sparring with wrestlers now. But maybe he's a little bit surprised because he put a lot of heat on Robert Thomas in that first round and caught him with some clean shots. Thomas can take a shot. He didn't go. He came back a little bit in the second round, but then started getting beat up again. You know, there's a lot of distractions, but it seems that Stitch 'em Up's Schilling is dealing with them very well.
Yep. Meanwhile, Robert Thomas will go back to the drawing board here. 22, still plenty of time, just getting his career started. Already a top 10 ranked middleweight. Had a stellar amateur career, 56-6. So we await the official decision in this middleweight matchup between Joe Schilling and Robert Thomas as we bring you the strike stats.
If it was only about the knees, it would be good for Robert Thomas, but it isn't. It's a landslide punch-wise for Joe Schilling, and the kicks too. Spinning back fist, which was almost an elbow unintentionally. But look at that right hand. Man, I'm telling you, his head snapped back like that, and I thought, okay, that's going to be a knockout, but this Iron Man gets back up. There it is. Man, his head whipped back so hard, I thought, wow, he's going to have to go to a chiropractor.
Let's go to Tim Hughes with the official decision.
Was it the right hand or the back fist? Right hand. Right hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we send it to the judges' scorecards. They give us back a unanimous decision. All 3 judges scoring the bout 30-26 for your winner, Joe Stitch 'em Up Schilling.
Joe Schilling improves to 5-2 in Glory, sets up a potential rubber match of his own with Glory middleweight champion Artem Levin.